Hello sewers, so today we are going to look at the three pockets that you read about in your notes, namely the patch pocket, the inseam pocket, and the front hip pocket. We're also going to appreciate the patterns used to create these pockets, samples of them. As you can see, we have one here on the mannequin, to appreciate them and how they look in real life, and a few garments that have the pockets in them. So we'll start off with your patch pocket. So the patch pocket is attached to the right side of a garment, often with top stitching. So you can see here in this sample, we have a patch pocket that's attached to a, let's say, garment. This is a garment, okay? So usually this is how your patch pocket looks. So top stitching is a row of visible stitching found on the right side of your garment. So we have here intentionally a contrast thread to appreciate the top stitch on this sample. Okay, in your notes you also have mentioned that the patch pocket usually has reinforcement stitching and maybe even a triangle to help to reinforce. Now, why is that important? At the top corners of your pocket, usually these areas want to tear off your garment if you have a habit of stuffing your pocket with stuff. Maybe if it's a pen, your money, piece of paper for notes, whatever it is. So these two corners have a lot of strain. So you will need to either apply reinforcement stitching or back stitching, which means you sew over an existing stitch to make the area stronger, or you can do what I did, which is to apply a triangle at the top corner to resist the pocket tearing off from your garment. Okay, so a designer can oftentimes play with the pattern of their fabric. So I could have had the pocket go in the same direction, the fabric of my garment, but I instead cut the pocket out in the crosswise grain just for, a visual effect, to have a bit of fun. Okay, so that's your patch pocket. Now this pocket is usually found in a classic button front shirt, at the back of your jeans pants, or even a jeans skirt, and in cargo pants. So if you think of these garments, you will find a patch pocket like this in those type of garments. Little too high. All right, so next we have the inseam pocket. So I have here a seam line coming down my garment. So let's think of this as the side seam of our garment, okay? Whether it's a jacket or a skirt or even the pants, who knows? All right, so as the name suggests, the inseam pocket is sewn into a seam, usually the side seam of a garment. Because of how it is constructed, all of the work is found on the wrong side. So on the right side, it's very clean. It looks like nothing's going on. If I were to put my hand on my pen, I will see, oh, I have an opening here. That's my pocket. Okay, so that's the pocket. And on the wrong side, you see all of the work. So this is your inseam pocket. This is usually the shape of a classic inseam pocket. It could be bigger, it could be smaller, depending on what you want to do with it. Okay, so it's built in to this particular pattern. Okay, this particular garment. So I have no seam line here, but I could have had a different construction for this pocket in particular. So I could have had the pocket bag for the inseam pocket as a separate piece. I could have, okay? But for my sample, this is a pretty simple one to make. It is the easiest pocket to construct. I built the shape of my pocket in with my garment. So I have no seam line here, but the pocket is a part of the side seam of my garment. So as I mentioned, this pocket is often found in skirts, dresses, men's sports coats, sports jackets, and you can find the inseam pocket in winter coats as well. So commonly it's found in female skirts and dresses, but you can also find it in sports jackets and winter coats for men or women. Okay. Now we have the front hip pocket. So the front hip pocket is attached to the side seam and the waist of a garment, usually in jeans pants, skirts, and professional work trousers, work pants. Okay, so it's a pretty fussy print, but just to appreciate, this is the front hip pocket. Okay, get a little closer. Okay, so you could have a top stitch to give you more of a sporty effect with the front hip pocket. So just to appreciate that we oftentimes find it in sportswear such as jeans pants or denim jeans pants. I apply a top stitch at the waistband of my sample to think of and to resemble, let's say, jeans pants. Okay, so it's not quite as invisible as the inseam pocket. You can see this one clear as day, especially if you have a top stitch applied to the opening of the pocket. Okay, so on the wrong side, if you ever turn your jeans to the wrong side, you will find a pocket bag. Okay, so this is the pocket bag. This is my front hip pocket. Now, if I want to have a cleaner effect, I will not apply a top stitch. Okay, I would leave it nice and clean. So this is your front hip pocket. Now the patterns for these pockets. So for the patch pockets, you have some basic shapes that we find these patterns in to create these pockets in our garments. For the patch pocket, this is a classic pattern. Oops, I have a fan blowing. For the patch pocket, okay? Now, on this particular pattern piece, which symbol do you think you're going to transfer to your fabric? So this is, let's say you're trying to cut this out, you pin it to your fabric, you cut the shape out. I see two pattern symbols here. I see the green line, and I see these solid lines, which are fold lines. The symbol that I need to transfer and mark to my fabric are the fold lines. These are very important to me. They allow me to properly crease my pocket edges when I'm at the ironing board. So this is the exact sample that I used to create the sample you saw early in the video. All right, so once again, we have two pattern symbols. You have the green line symbol and this symbol, which is the pocket placement symbol. Okay, or we call it a placement line as well. Usually it's a solid line with two dots at the end. So which of these symbols do you think you will need to transfer from your pattern to your fabric? If you said the placement line, you are correct. Why do we need this symbol transferred? I don't want to guess where to put my pocket. It has to be in a particular place, meticulously sewn. If you have a crooked pocket, that's going to be kind of obvious, especially if you have a printed fabric like mine, which has a directional print. So this was even off by a smidge, you would have noticed that. Okay? Now your inseam pocket can be cut as one with your garment, like that. So it's a part of the shape of your main garment. Or you could have it cut separate. So this is the pocket bag for the inseam pocket. Now this one is easier to sew because you have only one step. You come down the side, turn around the corner, you come down the other bottom part of your pocket at the side seam. This one, you have to first attach the pocket bag to your garment, Then you sew your side and you sew around the pocket bag. So it adds about three more steps, a couple more steps to your sewing for this pocket to be assembled. These are the classic shapes for your inseam pocket. Now the front hip pocket's a little different. So this is a pocket bag that you can find in a pattern, a commercial pattern for a front hip pocket. It's the pocket bag. So when it's folded in, it will look like this when it's in the garment. This is the garment. It's the same shape as one side of your pocket bag. So these are only samples. So imagine this is a long pants leg. This is the pocket that's found inside your garment. So this is your front hip pocket pattern. Now we have a few of the pockets to appreciate in garment form. So, as we mentioned, you can oftentimes find your patch pocket at the left side of your shirts. Classic button front shirt. And we have one right here. Now this patch pocket is a little special. It has a little button fastener. So you can do things like these to pockets to make it a little bit more interesting and more secure in your garment. So if you have anything in here, it will not fly out and come out easily. Now usually pockets in garments like this, it's either a clean rectangle or a clean square. But we have here an angled bottom to this pocket. But this pocket, it could be any shape you want it to be. Patch pockets can be curved. It could be a heart. It could be a circle. So you could have a patch pocket any shape you want it to be. Classically, it's a rectangular square, maybe something like this. Now we have a front hip pocket in jeans or denim pants. So this is a curved front hip pocket, and this pocket here actually we call it the coin pocket. It's just something that we tend to put into our garments. I'm not sure why it's there. I never use this pocket personally. I think it's really tiny, but that's a coin pocket. Okay, so we have the pocket bag in here. It's attached to the waist as well as your side seam of your pants. This is a grommet, okay, just FYI. And in the back of your jeans pants, you usually find this pocket, which is your patch pocket. Once again, it's not a classic rectangle shape. You have an angled bottom. You even have some embroidery to make it look all fancy. And we have some square reinforcement, so it's very strong on the back of your garment. Last but not least, we have an inseam pocket. It's tricky to appreciate it on this napkin. I'm going to hold it in my hand for you all. So this is a black dress, oh that's better, with the inseam pocket at the side. There we go. Now this pocket can have understitching. What that is, it's a row of stitching found on the pocket bag. It's to make sure that your pocket stays on the inside of your garment. So it's hard to see the pocket, but you know it's there. Inseam pocket. Okay, so there you have 3 pockets commonly found in your garments: patch pocket, inseam pocket, and your front hip pocket. Some other pockets that we can sometimes find in our garments: a pocket called the kangaroo pocket, the handkerchief pocket, the welt pocket, and a pocket called the raincoat pocket. So see if you can find these pockets on the internet, and if you can find a picture send me it in an email, or you can post it to your class page, and let's share these different pockets that we find. Okay, so there you have it. Bye.